Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, it's warm, isn't it? My hubby and I have just come back from 2 weeks in the Mediterranean on a cruise, and it was in the high 30s then, and it was hot, but at least at the end of the day I can get on the ship and have a dip in the pool. Can't really do that here, so I feel like I'm melting. It's always worse when you're at home, isn't it, when it's really hot? But I'm not complaining because it's very rare we get this luxury of such beautiful weather continuously. Now obviously because it's hot, the last thing I'm going to want to do is eat stews or casseroles or roast dinners, but I do love a salad. And you can get bored of salads because, you know, lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, if that's all you're doing with a bit of meat or whatever, it can become very mundane. But on the cruise, I had lots of salads and there were so many different varieties and they were beautiful. And it sort of inspired me that when I come home, I want to recreate some of those salads and I want to share them with you. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a couple of dishes, one for my husband, one for me. The reason they're different is hubby eats lamb, I don't, so I'm having beef, he's having lamb, but it's a very similar way of cooking it, just different meat, obviously. And then I'm going to show you at the very end some salads that I've made in the last few days since I've come home, and I'm hoping they might just inspire you. So watch till the end to see some of the things I've actually done with my salads. So first of all, let's get on with the meat for tonight's salad, because I want to stick it in the fridge to leave it to sort of set during the day. Then I'll come back tonight and then I'll cook it and dish up the salad, and I'll show you that as well. So here goes. Right, I've got two bowls here. This one is the lamb mince and this is the beef mince. This is 250 grams, this is 500. The reason I've done double for hubby is I'm out one night next week with a friend, so I thought I could make 2 batches up for him, and then he's got plenty for his tea next week, or dinner even, rather than his tea. And it should be quite easy for him to sort of have it with a salad. And then with myself, this is mine. Now I probably won't have all this in one go, but my plan is that I'm in the office this week one day, so I'll have it in my lunch box as well in my salad. So this will cover quite a few meals in total. So first of all, let's do the lamb. I'll just move my beef out of the way. And it's 20% fat lamb because my husband isn't worried about his fat intake. I'm just going to break up my mince a little bit. And these are very simple, as I said, there's nothing complicated about this at all. Let me just, there we go, mix it all up, there we go, done. And I'm just going to add some salt, not salt, sorry, some pepper. I don't add salt to any of my cooking unless I have to. Going in. And then I've got some just bog standard mint sauce that you buy in the supermarket, already made up. It will have a vinegary taste to it, but it adds to it. So I'm just going to add in a generous teaspoon, because it's got vinegar and you don't want too much of this mint sauce into here. As this is the end of this jar, I'm just going to get rid of it. And then get your hands in there and just give it a good mix. Make sure that the mint sauce is thoroughly mixed through. You don't want to bite in and just get a tang of vinegar from the mince. You want it all absorbed in. Just give it a good mix. Use your eye. If you see any lumps, just make sure you squeeze them out. When I say lumps, I mean lumps of sauce. I said you really want this to be well distributed, and that's perfect. And then all you do is get a baking tray. This one I prepared earlier. And then all I'm going to do is take a ball of the mince, and then I'm going to make it into sausage shapes. You can make it round if you want to, doesn't really matter. And then just place them on your baking sheet. Again, do the next one. If you can try and keep them all the same size, it just helps in the cooking process. Right, so that's my mince lamb, and I'm going to pop those in the fridge just to chill until I need them this evening, and then I'm going to start on my minced beef. So let me just swap these around. There we go. And again, I'm just going to break this up a little bit. Perfect. And then because this is beef, I'm going to go for something a bit tangy, a bit sort of hot, and I'm going to put a large teaspoon of horseradish in. check your horseradish if you're not sure how hot you like things. This one is a Coleman's one and it tends to be a lot hotter than some of the other ones you can get. And if you don't want too much heat, put less horseradish in. Okay, so if you don't want it hot, put in say half a teaspoon rather than a teaspoon. And then same thing applies. You just literally mix this in. I said dead easy, it's not even difficult. Just make sure all my horseradishes mix well into my meat. Okay. Now I made 8 for my husband, so this will probably make about 4, being a smaller amount. So let me get my baking tray. And then again, I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as I did, except I am going to make mine round and then I'm going to squash them down. The only reason for that is when they come out the oven, you sometimes forget which was the lamb. Okay, there's 8 and there's 4. This one, so that would be a good sort of recce. But otherwise, I'd think, oh my god, which one's Hubby's, which one's mine? I don't want to eat lamb. So if I make mine more sort of flat than his, then when it comes out, I will know which is mine. There we go. And then I've got one little one. Okay. Now, because this one here is smaller, I will take it out of the oven early before I take out these. Now, these will go into an oven, preheated 180 for about 20 minutes. And then I will just take them out and then we'll start serving up the salad, and I'll show you how I do that as well. Right, so the first salad you can see here is a fish salad, and I used sea bassa. So not sea bass, sea bassa. It's a really sustainable white fish you can get from most supermarkets, and it's a fraction of the price of, say, sea bass, for example, or cod, and equally as tasty and as beautiful. And all I did was poach that in some water, just a little layer of water, just to poach it for a couple of minutes. Doesn't need very long at all, and it is just absolutely divine. Now the salad I used a mixture. I had some bean sprouts, I had some normal lettuce, tomatoes and cucumber, and then I had some radishes. I cut 2 radishes very slightly sliced. And then just for about 5–10 minutes, I just soaked them in some white wine vinegar. So you don't need loads, it doesn't need to, like, you know, swim in it. Just lightly coat your radishes with the white wine vinegar, and believe you me, it makes a massive difference. It takes away some of that bitterness. And then I had some fat-free ginger and mango salad dressing in the fridge, which I just drizzled over the top, and that just literally made it absolutely beautiful. Very simple, very easy, but very tasty. The next one you can see here is a warm beef salad, and I had some roast beef left over for a couple of Sundays, and what I tend to do is I put it in a bag in the freezer, and then it's a quick meal later on if you ever need it. So I defrosted it out and I just cut it into sort of bite-sized pieces. And I placed that in a pan, and I just warmed it up with some sweet and sour sauce. So not massive sweet and sour sauce, just a couple of tablespoons, just to add a bit of liquid, but just gives it a different flavour. And then I also tossed in some red cabbage and white cabbage, some sliced mushrooms and some red peppers, which I'd cut up, and just popped it in. And you're almost warming it through. You're not cooking the cabbage or the peppers. You want them to have a little bit of bite to them, so just run that through, just warm it all through, and it's perfect. And I just served that with a simple lettuce and tomato salad, and that's all it really needed. It was just perfect. And then the next one you will see is from a barbecue, actually, and again I use watercress. It's very peppery, so it can be quite overpowering for some people, but I really do like it. And then I bought, I cheated actually, and it was only because it was on offer in the discounted aisle in Sainsbury's. It was a pre-packed, it was peas, asparagus and broccoli. And it did come with a butter, mint butter, which I took the mint butter away, and actually I put all these vegetables in a silver tray, covered them with foil and put them on top of the barbecue, so they warmed through and cooked on the barbecue rather than actually in an oven or in a microwave. And then I just took some chicken breast pieces and marinated them in a barbecue sauce, again very lightly, and put them on a skewer, and they just went on the barbecue and they were perfect. When the dinner was ready to serve, for my husband's half of the vegetables, I just then added the actual butter to it and mixed it in. So he did have the butter, I didn't, just to try and keep mine a little bit more healthy than his. And then this is just a lunch I did one day in the week. And again, it was the leftover watercress from the other day, some radishes, some cherry tomatoes, some sliced ham, and then I do love these beans. They just make a massive difference to a salad. It just gives it a bit more sort of bite, I suppose. They're edamame beans, E-D-A-M-A-M-E. If I said that wrong, I do apologise. But I do love them. I love them as a snack. They're a little bit like a broad bean, but obviously a lot tinier. And just adding those onto your salad, it's just lovely. And I've got some lighter than light mayo, which I just put a little bit on there just to give it a little bit of extra flavour. And that was divine. My favourite salad of the week so far has to be this one. So underneath all that you can see is some normal lettuce chopped, then some more watercress, because obviously I need to use the bag up, and then I sliced a orange and a avocado and layered that around, so I had 6 pieces of each. And then I also cooked off some asparagus, 6 pieces of asparagus. And then on the top, which you can't see, I made a tahini sort of sauce, and just added 2 teaspoons of tahini with a little bit of olive oil and some lemon. Do it to taste. It's quite thick because I didn't want to put loads of olive oil in to sort of make it sort of runny. And just put a dollop of that in the middle. There are some redeemed beans in there as well. And then on top, I just cooked off a couple of slices of bacon, which I chopped up. And obviously with 2 people, 2 slices of bacon isn't a lot of meat, but actually felt like you were eating a lot more. And it was just the most amazing food, honestly. The taste bud sensation is incredible. And then I just put some little cherry tomatoes around to give the extra sweetness. If you've never tried oranges in a salad, do. It just is incredible. So what do you think to my salads? They're very simple, I know, but they were so tasty. They were lovely. So, you know, give them a go, definitely. If you do like what I've done today, don't forget to click subscribe, click notifications, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next video. And hopefully I've created some more things based on my trip around the Mediterranean. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.